Lately, we've been making a lot of progress inside of Diablo Immortal. We've gotten ourselves to over 1200 Paragon, and for those that are the keenest of eyes, you may have also noticed that we did recently upgrade our familiar or our pet to legendary status. What I want to do with you guys today is actually take you through all of the steps that I did to take my regular pet or my regular familiar and actually transform it into a legendary pet that holds a lot more value, looks a lot cooler, has better skills, and is just going to be something that I want to hold on to for longer, or even potentially sell for a lot of platinum. Now, to start things out, it's important that we know that sometimes it takes a real while to get these pets. If you want to make sure that you get a certain type of pet, you're going to need many of that pet to try and convert them, to try and get an aberrant, and then to try and put it into others to make yourself the legendary. So it's not a bad idea to come on over and to buy these pets, especially when they have a rare skill on them. You're going to find that holds a bit more value for you as we go through this process. So what I ended up doing in this whole process, and of course some luck happened along the way, I rolled some good stuff, of course. I spent about 17,000 platinum in the market. Now, after I was done with all this, I'm going to be able to sell one of the pets that I have, that's not my legendary one, for over 20,000 platinum, making all of the platinum back that I got from purchasing what I needed for my upgrades. Again, this was all purchased from in-game currency. It was not anything that I did with real cash or money. It was all from grinding inside of the game, getting my contracts, working things together. I did have help from Try, so thank you very much to him. He is part of the Revenant's Discord server. I'll be linking that in the description of this video. He guided me through the whole process of doing this, which I'm gonna take you guys through right now, step by step, explaining what we did so that you can do it yourself. So as it sat, I had myself a tier 2, a mid-level cosmetic Ash Sweeper. It had 3 skills that were on the orange as rare, and it had itself 2 legendary attributes. Those 2 legendary attributes were what it needed to take it and turn it into that legendary. But what it was missing was the aberrant status. So what I needed to do was to go buy a bunch of Ash Sweepers from the shop with 1 rare skill, kind of combine them together until I got myself one that is aberrant. Notice right here, the purple corner top left there, it is the aberrant symbol. This is an aberrant pet, and it had a rare skill. What I then needed to do was the next step right here, which is the attribute exchange. Ness is going to be able to do the attribute exchange. This costs 3,000 platinum. So I'm going to take my pet, my familiar, with the legendary attributes. Notice right there, the dark orange bars. Those are 2 legendary attributes, and I am then going to do this exchange with my aberrant pet with the rares. And notice it has a rare skill in there, rare bars right here as well. So when we watch this happen, it's going to actually take the attributes from my one with legendary status and move it over to the aberrant. That is the first step of this entire process. Again, this costs 3,000 platinum. Here it is in action. You can see what it looks like. Notice the traits right here. The attributes were then moved. The rare ones that were over here were moved over, and the legendary ones were moved over here. The skills, they were left where they were. So here is my new legendary Ash Sweeper, which is not quite yet legendary. We are not done yet with the steps that we need to do. Just to share, you'll now see aberrant pet, legendary attributes right here. This is ready. This is what's needed to move to the next step to get that cosmetic. All right, so you're ready to go, and you notice you're in your conversion screen. I've gotten myself 3 aberrant pets, but I notice I have no conversion stones. What are conversion stones gonna do? They're gonna guarantee me legendary skills. You need to use 2 of these conversion stones to guarantee the legendary status. So if I were to do this conversion right here, I would have no guarantee of the legendary and all of my work could be wasted. We need these conversion stones. So the question is, how do you get them? Well, getting them is actually quite easy. You need to find one of your pets that has 2 rare skills, and you need to end the pact. When you end the pact, you get yourself the 2 conversion stones, which you can then take into the conversion process. So I'm choosing right here 2 of my Ash, and I'm taking 1 Brood Talon. Notice I don't have 3 Ash Sweepers. If I did, I would have gone in with all 3. But we don't have that. So I was like, okay, I have a Brood Talon, and I really do like that familiar as well. So if it were to convert to a Brood Talon, I'd be okay. So as I'm sitting right here, notice we have 2 Ash Sweepers. 1 is the level 2 cosmetic, 1 is the level 1 cosmetic, and then 1 Brood Talon, a level 2 cosmetic. What really is important here is I have my Ash Sweeper here with the legendary attributes. Now, those legendary attributes are going to be used to turn this into that legendary pet. But we need 1, 2, 3 aberrant pets. I have a 66% chance that the pet is going to turn out to be an Ash Sweeper because I have 2 of the 3 Ash Sweepers. And I have a 33% chance that it's going to turn out to be a Brood Talon. If I had 3 completely different pets here, 3 completely different familiars, I would have a 33% chance of that pet turning into one of those 3. If you want to guarantee, you need to use 3 of the same. But notice what I'm circling right here. Right here, this is guaranteeing that I'm going to get a legendary skill, which turns this into a legendary pet. I have the 2 conversion stones. I am using those 2 conversion stones. That's guaranteeing the legendary skill quality. Let's see as this process, this takes 2,000 platinum to do the conversion, and then the status of my pet is going to be what I've wanted it to be for quite some time. The look completely changes, and I'm a happy guy. So it is another Ash Sweeper, and it turns into what I like to call that tier 3 cosmetic, the end game look that you're going for from your familiar. Now, let's take a look. We have 2 of the attributes, which is often rare as well. A lot of times people with legendary pets do not have 2 attributes that are legendary. Remember, you can only have a maximum of 2 legendary attributes. Each pet has different attributes that have the ability to be legendary. So for me, my Ash Sweeper, only Ferocity could be legendary and only Resilience. I cannot get legendary status on Agility or Insight. So when choosing your pet, you're actually choosing the attributes that you want that pet to focus on, even more than the cosmetic look of the pet. Although the cosmetic look is cool. And really my favorite thing about pets is them picking up my stuff behind me as I'm open world farming. But is what it is. As it sits here, 2 legendary attributes. We have 3 rare skills. We have 1 legendary skill. And to get more and more legendary skills, we have to completely keep doing this legendary process, utilizing the conversion stones, and what we have here can't get worse as we move forward. We can't get worse rolls, we can't lose legendary skills, and we can't be put into a worse position. And notice here, the legendary skill, quite nice compared to the others. Familiar's active skill damage is increased by 8% for every extra enemy hit, up to 24%. Also, we have a trait up top as well. This trait is also a legendary trait, which can stack with other legendary traits. Rare traits or active traits that aren't legendary do not stack, but they do if they're legendary. So that's how you get that extra bonus there as well. And that's the bonus, or one of the bonuses, of having multiple legendary pets that are all just made a pact with you. If you have them on the side and you have them all lined up just like I have right here, check it out. We got our primary companion, and then we have our bonds. We forged bonds to utilize the traits of all the pets that we forged bonds of. If these are all legendary and they all have legendary traits, those traits can stack and you can get even more bonuses for your pets, or at least that is how I understand it. But let's just dive back into the game really quickly and get a better look at my pet right here. I have to say, I love the look of him. I love the cosmetic. I think it looks awesome. And when we go into all the other pets, just for a better understanding for all of you, we are using our Skitterite. I don't care about the cosmetic. I don't care about the pet. But what I do care about is that it allows my remote salvaging. My second most important of my bonded pets is the Dusk Prowler. And it's just because it has a bunch of traits that we can use. Plus, it's a level 2 cosmetic Dusk Prowler. If I ever want to do something with the Dusk Prowler, this will be a good time. We have a level 2 Mersion, and this one here has damage reduction increased as its active trait. And then we have a level 1 Dusk Prowler, and this one I have because of its trait allows remote identification, which is probably one of my least favorite of the traits. I don't really need to identify on the go. I would much rather have the ability to do this one right here. Pack Mule allows remote armory management. So out of all of the traits, I have 8 of 11 that are active right now, only missing 3 of them. And as you can see, one of them, the Finesse, is the legendary. Notice at the rare status, increases skill damage by 1%. At the legendary or the advanced trait status, it increases up to 3%. So I'm getting 3 times the buff from that. The best thing about this is having a really cool pet running around with you, and it's just being a little bit bigger and a little bit more pronounced as you play. It's going to do a little bit more damage, but really it's just about it being, in my opinion, a cool pet. Now, obviously, we can keep rolling and getting all of the attributes here, or all of the skills legendary, so that we have a pet with 2 attributes that are legendary and all legendary skills. And that's just the ongoing grind that everyone does inside of the game. But as I run around, we have our pet. He comes with me, and he's a pretty beefy looking guy. And that one actually, there's another level 2 right there. We got Mystic Phoenix right there with her level 3 Dusk Prowler. What perfect timing to be here with one another. And that's a level 2 running by right there. I hope that this helped give you a little bit of a better understanding how upgrading your pets and getting them to that legendary status can actually work. It can be confusing. There's a lot of management that goes on, a lot of combining. You have to get those aberrants and really put everything together in the right way so that you don't screw up. And then you get yourself a cool pet that you could run around with inside a sanctuary, show it off, and pick up a bunch of gear as it drops behind you. Gold too, and gems. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope it helped guide you a little bit through how to actually work the pet system inside of Diablo Immortal. And we'll see you guys back tomorrow with another video.